Ayo.
Are you ready?
I'm Jew ready. Yes, I'm absolutely ready. How are you, brother?
Are you Jew ready?
Jew ready.
If you're not Jew ready, call our number right here and we can get you Jew ready. 1-800 get a Jew.
Caller, stand by.
All right. Only 2 yarmulkes per caller. Please.
That's right.
Limited supply. Right. We need to do that. Merchandising. We need to do 2 Jews with the News yarmulkes.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah. And your hat needs to be one too.
We could do it.
I like it. It would fit perfectly.
So Ryan.
Yes.
How are
Ryan.
You? How are you?
I'm good. I'm lighting this up right now.
So yes, I'm gonna
talk about some news. What do you, you got some news for us today?
I do.
Okay.
So
what's it about?
This just in. Breaking news. Brian smokes out of his bong. Hold on.
Cheers to all you out there who are watching us live. We appreciate you all as Brian gets litty. He has a few things he wants to talk about with us today, I think.
I do. Very important things. Very, very important things.
Well, let's smoke on it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have for us today, you stud muffin of a man?
Oh. You don't know how good that tastes.
But we all want to know.
There's no cough, no harsh. It's so smooth. That's the Northern Lights.
Yes.
Just my special for me.
It's a great strain, man. Great classic strain. I love a good Northern Lights.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Huge fan. So what is going on, my man?
I wanted to talk about something it's been bothering me for a long time.
Okay.
And it derives from several personal instances that I've been through with people. And it also derives from what I've picked up my journey as a Jew from childhood till now. And it's in my opinion, a horrible representation of Jewish people. Really. So there's good and there's bad. We can all agree that there's a yin and yang to everything.
There's a yin and yang. Yes.
not Yiddish,
right.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, sure. And it also comes from, just trying to get the camera. Sorry about that. It also comes from there are good people and there are bad people. Naturally. But I'm not going to stereotype a group of people based on the few that are bad. I get that. That's what we're dealing with in the whole world right now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But what I find especially horrifying from the Jewish community is the overwhelming obviousness of hypocrisy. And you can almost go back. You can sort of watch the domino effect backwards. Right. If you go back generation and generation and all the strictness, and I know my direct ancestors came from Russia, my dad's side, and from my mom's side, it was the European Jews, some Polish, some but a good mix, and that was her side.
More strict. Those were the stricter ones.
Yeah, stricter. It was more orthodox, more very ultra.
Yes.
What is conservative?
Mine are European as well.
Okay. So, and you can go back and back and back, and I can only talk from what I've experienced and what I've read. But what I've seen, Jews don't treat Jews the way they would want to be treated.
It's within a person, within a people. I'm guessing when you're talking man to female, in that sense, absolutely, yeah, and man to man too, but definitely man to female.
Oh, definitely. For example, a rabbi I know. Now I understand there's more of a religious value to his lifestyle, but again, his wife is just a piece of property, and this is, I can't imagine a religion still being like this.
But it's everywhere, right? It's not just in the Jewish religion, right?
No,
even in the Christian
in the Christian religion, it's the same.
Mormon.
It's the same in Muslim. It's the same in almost all religions.
Right.
This is a problem. But when Jews reach out and you have those instances where other people, non-Jews, treat Jews wrong. Oh, how could you treat us like this? You're treating each other just as worse, and you should know better. Right. It's not just a male-female thing. It's a class thing within the Jewish community. It's also, I've had a Jew tell me, oh, your children aren't Jewish. They're not really Jewish because they're mixed, and the mother's not Jewish. And I'm sorry, really?
But it's
my blood. It's the same. Blood doesn't change.
Right.
Blood doesn't change.
It's a conversation. And look, it's an educational thing because I've had this conversation with friends I've had all my life that go, well, you're not Jewish because you don't go to temple anymore.
Right.
So, no, I don't go to temple anymore. Correct. That's Judaism. That's the religion. I don't study Judaism anymore. But unfortunately, bro, the blood, it's still here. Not unfortunately, I don't mean to say unfortunately, but it's not something we could easily drain out to change who we are.
Even if we wanted to change it, couldn't.
Right.
Can't.
It's not unfortunate. It just is what it is. It's our race. And by the way, Jewish people were classified as an ethnic race in the United States, I think, up until the 30s or 40s, and then they changed the classification after that. But we were always an ethnic race until they decided we weren't.
Think about all the tribes in Africa, especially around the Ethiopian area, that are Jewish and they follow very own the old Judaism ways. Yeah. And I mean their skin is black in it, but their bloodlines go back to the Exodus from Egypt. They were one of the tribes that ran with us.
Yeah, they knew that traitor. They hung out with Trader Jesus. That's what I call him, Trader Jesus.
So I just my whole thing is, I mean, our show is 2 Jews with the news.
Yes.
So we got to bring some light into the Jewish community. We got to stir up some conversation. You're going to have people in families, divided. You're going to have, maybe a family of 5, two people say, yeah, that's right. It has to change. It has to evolve. It's kind of stupid to just follow something that worked for people, 5,000 years ago. Doesn't play into any type of existence today.
Now, in my industry that I work in, it's very prevalent that there's a lot of Orthodox Jews, and I work with a lot of them, and I'm obviously not an Orthodox. I'm not Hasidic, and they are, and they follow the religions. When you walk in the room, you hit that mezuzah, right? And I don't hit it. So, and they look at me as a bad
shoot
Jew.
You a look.
Yeah, I'm a bad Jew because I don't hit the mezuzah, and then I'm sorry. That's just not my thing. It's but within their religion, right? They're supposed to be teaching acceptance and of all men, of all people, of all mankind.
This was next. This was where it goes to. Go ahead.
And even goes back to the first teachings of who God is. God was never there. We're God. God was how you were supposed to see yourself, being an all-powerful, all-knowing, almighty, truthful, honest, full of a moral compass. That was your inner godliness, not some fucking being in the sky. Somehow it got translated and it became that. But finding inner self, inner peace, inner godliness, that is one's true Zen, one's true religion. And that's what Judaism originally, when you read about it, was based off of. Has it evolved? Obviously, it's gotten fucking crazier since, and now we have all these orbs flying in the sky that we have to believe. But when we look back at it, it is so personal, and it should always have been personal. And the people like you and me who have now made it personal, even though we're not religious beings, like we don't go to the church, we don't go to temple, but being the good person that the religion told us to be, even though we, are we dickheads? Do we say some shitty things? Yeah, we do. But do we want to make the world around us better for fellow man? Do we want to treat our, grandma at the grocery store better? If a Trumper wears a fucking MAGA shirt, I'm not going to say fuck you, Trumper. I just, enjoy your Trumper attitude. Unlike when I walk into a grocery store with maybe a Black Lives Matter shirt on, that Trumper is going to yell at me. That Christian Trumper who is supposed to be practicing his faith, his morality,
welcoming, acceptance, tolerance,
and he's gonna tell me to go fuck myself. But I'm the liberal, not having gotten asshole.
This is why I think it's important, because as a community, a Jewish community, let's call it that. They, lots of Jews call it the Jewish community. All right, as a Jewish community, don't you think that it's well more than time that the leaders of the Jewish community address this amongst the Jewish community?
Yeah.
And give it, hey, we're supposed to be teaching tolerance. Okay, we don't have to tolerate hate. That's obviously where you stand and draw the line.
Right.
But you can tolerate, especially like I've been told by Jews, you're not a Jew. You've been told by Jews, you're not a Jew, because I don't follow your exact path
of what that is. But
isn't,
you gotta see,
isn't that what
on our side?
Isn't that what the people who hate Jews are saying? So you're exactly like the people that hate Jews, but you want people not to hate you.
Right. Exactly. And that's where that fucking catch-22, that vicious cycle continues. And then you find it in the
I want to give a perfect example of this.
Yes, please.
A rabbi once asked me, Brian, you're in sales, you're in marketing. Give me some advice for the temple. I need to figure some stuff out to, raise some money, raise some awareness. What can I do? Okay. I said, sure. So I sat down with him and I gave him a few ideas about things he could do within the community, within the local churches nearby, to work together with the priests and the pastor and do some kind of community event just to kind of bring attention to the temple. Okay. His response was not, oh, that's a good idea. His response was not, oh, that's wow, it's great. We'll actually be helping the community. He goes, I don't want to have anything to do with the church. I don't want to have anything to do with the community. I just need a way to figure out how to make money.
That's a shame. That's a real shame.
Do you understand? But this is more often than not.
That's the case.
This is the thought process.
Yeah. Did I tell you why I was kicked out of temple? Did I ever tell you that? No. I'll make it real brief. Because I played baseball on the Sabbath.
Oh, you were in a real.
Lakewood, New Jersey, Temple Bethel. Yeah, I'm going local for you Lakewood, Jersey guys out there. It's, Temple Bethel. That's where I went. And they just pretty much said, if you play baseball on a Sunday, and I was like, bro, Sandy Koufax, yo, what the fuck? I'm out here trying to represent the Jewish community. There's not many great Jewish baseball players. Not to say I'm going to be the fucking next great one, but at least give me the opportunity to represent the community the best way possible, because that's a conversation. And it never happened. They kicked me out of temple, and my parents said, okay, well, I guess you're going to go to church then. And that lasted about a fucking year. And I was out of that too.
Well, that's the double standard. It's everybody needs to be like us, or we're going to fight you. And if that's what the extreme Muslims are doing with their terror attacks, if that's what the extreme Christians did with the Inquisitions, look what the church did, the Vatican, killing people. Hey, agree with us or we'll kill you.
The Chinese are doing with the Muslims right now in their internal camps. We see you, motherfuckers. We see you.
I see it. We see it. But
we ain't gonna turn a blind eye. It's happening.
So if you're telling me follow the religion says we must get along, we must love each other. We're all together. We're somehow all genetically connected. Right. There's got to be something to that. And so nothing's ever going to change.
I don't think so. And here's I guess we could close on this. Unfortunately, I feel They're way too conservative. The leaders within the community have always been, they're just way conservative. The rabbis are. I've never met a not conservative one.
Does that sound like if anybody tried to sort of overthrow their stronghold of power, that they might have them assassinated?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Man.
I'm sorry. We weren't talking about Jesus yet. Not no Jesus stuff yet.
I ain't fucking with Netanyahu and those people, bro. We ain't.
It's exactly what it was. See it for what it was. It was a political power struggle for local politics, and they were. I mean, he now sort of had like regional. It's like he was reaching other countries, like it was their social media, and he was the social media superstar. They said we need to take this motherfucker out, and
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. When you look back at religion, it stems all from an assassination of a belief. They didn't believe what we were trying to preach, so this guy is crazy. So we have to put him on a nail, him on a cross, because
all he wanted to do was get the leaders of the Jewish community to acknowledge the power of women,
Traitor Jesus,
to acknowledge to be more loving, more kind,
Traitor Jesus.
In education.
You're right. So fucking stupid. He just wanted everybody to get the fuck along, and the Jews were like, no,
kill him. No, because if everybody gets along, we can't profit.
Right. And when we talk about everybody hurting out there and profiting, the Jews were the OGs when it came to not profiting, in a sense, to being enslaved, to being looked down as lesser than. So not to say we've always done it right, because we didn't, we were never always the ones in power. We were always the ones kind of helping the people in power. I can't look back at a time in history where the Jewish people were the great pharaohs, the great kings of man. That's just not something that's written in our history.
It's not something that's written. I mean, it maybe there was a point. I mean, there's no evidence to show that.
Right.
But I mean, again, new stuff happens all the time, but there's no evidence to show that.
Yeah. We could do better. As Melania said, be best. And we can.
But I mean, at a certain point, nobody higher up within like the leaders, the real leaders of the Jews in Israel, the religious guys, not one of them goes, something's not,
You say something that's true, because you got
hey Shlomo, come here. You don't think we got to change a couple things? I'm just saying, it's been 5,000 years and we keep fucking just barely making it.
We're fucking with sheets still.
Barely making it.
Why are we still fucking through sheets? Why are we doing this? You're right. The Pope comes out every now and again and goes, you know what? I like that idea. Let's go with that. That's modern. Gay people, cool. I will accept that within the church. The Jewish community, nothing. Always quiet, dude. You're right. You never hear from them. So
something needs to change, and it needs to be a big, grandiose gesture of stop putting the 30 to 60-year-old people in immediate need. Start putting the generations to come first.
Right.
That's the true meaning of sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself so that your children and your children's children can have better.
It's true. I think if they put RuPaul head of the temple, it's over. I think that's the mic drop they need. Hey, Ru, you tell us what we need. You got everything.
But we gotta get George Takei in there, and
get out everybody that's fucking all
Elton
over the
spectrum. John. He's an honorary Jew. He's got his honoraries.
He's fucking in. Oh man, yeah, that's exactly what we need to do, and a bunch of potheads if they're allowed, right? If we could have potheads these days.
You know how many of them smoke? Again, do you know how many of them smoke that they don't talk about?
Jewish people?
Yeah,
a lot. Most of the people, because when I slung back in the day, I was slinging to a lot of Jewish people back in fucking Brooklyn. That's where I spent most of my time. Spanish Harlem in Brooklyn.
No shit. This is what I don't get. It's like if we know, I've been there. I've been in Borough Park. I know plenty of people. Trust me when I tell you, these real ultra stupid cat. These real ultra like super orthodox, the Ashkenazi Jews with the big mink hats, you know. Bro,
by B&H,
they smoke and they'll sit there and chill like, yeah, and they'll curse and this and that. Come on. And then you're gonna all serious in public.
Yep, I ain't having it,
motherfucker.
So, what do you think about? I know you got a lot to probably say on the Biden thing, right? On Biden and how he feels about people smoking weed.
Can I tell you,
what the fuck happened?
Of all the shit that Biden has to deal with now, because 100%. Again, whether you like him or not, and I've said I don't have to be a Biden fan. I voted for him. I helped people vote for him. I campaigned for him, donated whatever little money I could here and there. Not a lot, a few dollars, but I made effort so that Biden could win.
We made
all the shit that he has to take right now. Do you really think that was a smart move, that he told somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to go over to these people, and this was the message? I mean, I'm putting it into condensed, but this was literally the message: voluntarily take a demotion or turn in your resignation. That's it. We're gonna demote you.
Now, question for the people out there: was this an old policy or is this a new policy?
This is a forever policy.
Okay, and they don't want to change it. They don't want to do anything about it.
But it has to change because it takes place within the geographical boundaries of where they're putting these laws forward. So if these people are either medical patients or if they're allowed the rec, given their, if it's a Maryland address, a Virginia address, a New Jersey address,
DC. Most of these people do live in DC, right?
Even if it's like, bro, people jump on the train 5 a.m. and you 2 hours you're in DC.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of people can live in Manhattan and just make it to DC every morning, and it's a hell of a trip.
Yeah.
But if that's your life, if you work,
what you're doing.
That's what you're doing. So that's what you do. And what a punch in the face. What a punch in the face. I mean, it's like Biden took his sack out and just kind of dragged it across your nose, and he was like, "You can't smoke. You can't smoke here. We can't have we can't have anything to do with a pot." Really? That's your concern at this point in time with everything else going on? You still had to do it, and you tried to do it quietly. But
they talked about criminal justice reform right in the midst of that, and talking about how do we make COVID better within the relief bill, saving money, keeping people safe. In the midst of all that, you're right, because he's dropped that line before saying this needs to be included because it would help within the COVID relief. It shows the income inequality issues and the wrongful imprisonment. It's going to save us money.
So this brings me back to a politician saying one thing, doing another. And now it's recorded again and documented. This isn't 20 years ago when it was just conjecture or you think you remember or what, but now it's so quick and it's on. You can pull it up on your phone. You can pull it up on your computer. You can watch it in real time.
And Ted Cruz lying, Ted's real time these days, because everything he says is a whole fucking caught on tape lie. Why is that hurts our community and the movement more than anything, because we figured we had this behind us. The first 100 days, this is happening, right? Federal legalization.
That's a bad message, man. It's a bad message.
Bad taste. There's been a few things that are bad tastes. That one, I think, for all of us in the weed community, because what has been more popular than the COVID bill nationally? COVID bill was one of the most popular things in the history. It's like third most popular, like 70-something% of fucking Americans don't like anything. What the fuck? So the COVID bill was really popular. What's next? What's the one that's right behind it? Marijuana legalization.
It has to,
68%.
but it has to be 50, it has to be all 50 states. It has to be a sweeping national measure. Biden's got to be, but that's
right, no,
why I don't get why would he fire his staff?
Right. What I'm saying is nationally polling wise, when we talk about things that are popular, that if he wants to just keep with trends and do things that people want, because he's the guy that, I'm here to do what the people want. That's what he's here for. If he wanted that, and he wants jobs, he wants infrastructure, he wants to fucking do better for COVID and better for imprisonment, like everything, it checks all the boxes that he's been wanting to do. Why not this? Why backpedal? Makes no sense. It's a bad taste, and I think it's going to hurt the Democrats more in the midterms, because there's going to be a lot of questions on this.
There's going to be a lot of new parties, not just independents, but new parties, and you're going to find real cannabis pro-friendly agendas coming forward. And it's going to be, I'm telling you, just to the point where it's going to be in, Walmart, Target, Kmart, wherever any store, Save On, Costco. You can buy bulk weed in Costco.
Where? I'm going. What, can you?
No, but you understand what I'm saying? That's where it's going to go. Think about it. Think about it. You could go and you could buy a pound at a time, but instead of, $3,000 or 2,500 or whatever you can sell for a pound. Hey, Costco, you can get it cheap. You can get it cheap.
$400 for a pound.
I don't know.
Some like high level shit, some like white runs for $400 a pound.
Weed is good. The price of weed is going to start dropping dramatically. There's going to be more product than there will be demand. And I've never, ever thought I would say that in my life.
Are you okay with that?
Yes and no.
What are you killing?
One of those little tiny others changing. Yeah. I'll imagine.
So yeah, how do you feel? You think it's a good and a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It's a bad thing for all the people, even myself, that had dreams of cannabis business glory.
Yes, because out there we actually, Brian and I are looking to have a grow farm someday. That would be fun. It would hurt that. But
it would hurt that. But it would be enough to own it like a mom and pop small business, have enough for our own personal use, enough to sell locally. And I think people are really going to start going into niche markets where
like edibles.
I think it's going to be huge. And then it's going to be THC, because they're already doing it now, CBD beauty products.
Yes.
You're going to start having THC lipsticks and THC hair things and THC underarm deodorant, and because it'll just get into your body however.
Get your armpits high.
But actually, it goes right. There's a whole, the little mini capillaries right under there.
It absorbs it so much faster.
It goes right in. It's
anal plugs, THC anal beads. Yeah, we're in.
You're gonna have real interesting stuff.
Get that asshole high, people.
Real interesting stuff, and then you're gonna start having the clothing companies start booming with the this is 100% hemp. But I know they exist now, but you're going to have more of them. You're going to have companies like Nike, Ralph Lauren, Burberry, all these fucking companies. Everything is going to be hemp, and it's going to be, well, we're planting this hemp farm and we're growing so much and we're donating to this charity. So in a way, I think that hemp itself will solve so many of the financial problems in the world. That hemp will be the currency that drives us.
I feel that.
I don't see something wrong with this, but yet somebody else will.
Other countries will.
So you know how many countries are already planting half of their whatever land they can use just to grow so they can export?
Yeah, a lot to us, right? And I think that's gonna what you're just saying right there will force a lot of countries to legalize once we do, because then they're gonna be like, okay, well, we have
Make a
such
ton
a
of
huge
money.
market, right? It will be hypocritical for them at the same time to not. Like you're saying with hemp T-shirts, just that market. I have hemp T-shirts. They're literally one of my favorite fucking shirts to wear. They're one of the most comfortable. They're
Comfortable,
warm.
breathable.
Yeah, yeah. So for people, especially in the Northeast, you could be a T-shirt guys all year round. You know, with your hemp shirts, you could go out in the 15-degree weather. You short guys. You know, I see you guys out there. I used to be you, but yeah, those things are so fucking nice, man. The hemp woolies, I'm down for them. They used to be a little fuzzy, and hemp vitamins. I don't know if you knew this. You got one on? Nice.
No. We can do this all hemp.
Oh, right. Okay.
Make that part of our thing, you know.
Hemp vitamins. When I went to school up in college, we used to, and it was legal in New Hampshire for a while, and I forget why they killed it. But hemp vitamins were really good, and we used to go to the store, the hemp shop in Keene, New Hampshire.
I actually know. I know why they killed it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it just jogged a memory for me. Just
cool.
You know,
trigger.
My brain does that sometimes.
I like it. Okay.
All right. We got to wrap up though, so I see the time, but because I gotta go. But I vaguely remember that they killed it because it was supposed to be just CBD only, and these guys started growing the THC and doing other things, and then they started getting investigated.
Okay.
So I think there were like a few farmers kind of ruined it for other people.
For everybody else in New Hampshire.
I think maybe I'm mistaken, but that's what's ringing a bell. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that.
That was a fun time, man. We used to drive from Franklin Pierce right over to Keene University, right into the downtown area, and they had this little hemp store that had some glass there, and they had hemp seed on the counter, and it was legit. And we were all athletes at that time, and we were getting jacked, and it was just so much healthier to take than the other supplements that we were taking. So hemp seeds, if you're out there and you could get your hand on some hemp vitamins and seeds, good time for you.
Yeah,
but yeah,
actually, Whole Foods has them, I think.
The who? The what? Whole Foods has them now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's amazing, bro. It's went from there to fucking Whole Foods. Incredible. And here we are. We're back around again. Well, fucking hell, man. Thanks for hanging. Got lit again.
Yeah, man. Always fun.
You got anything to plug this week?
I do. This much closer to solidifying stuff with Mr. Tom Arnold. And,
daddy.
He's a gentleman and a scholar. There was a little technical error on our end, and that's funny.
Is he smoked? Is Tom a blazer? Real quick.
I would think so, unless he's I know he did rehab for a while, so I don't know. He may be not doing anything. I'll ask him in the nicest way. I don't know. Some people are sensitive about that. So, but I'm hoping maybe within the next week or two that'll be
good luck, man. I'm excited for that. That would be awesome to see.
He's one of my favorite celebrities. I got a big list. I like a lot of celebrities, but he's in that list.
Yeah, he's a funny motherfucker, man. Some of his roles,
cool guy,
movies are iconic. Just
cool guy. Yeah.
I'll keep in touch on that, man. That'd be awesome to see.
I will. What about you?
For me, I got two reviews coming out on YouTube this week. One for Dip Devices, this Eriq, that's pretty dope. And I can't show until Friday, or actually Thursday. I'm gonna release it April 1st. It's called The Wand from Aspire. It's gonna change the way you fucking dab, bro. It's just absolutely fucking incredible.
See, I haven't bought the dabbing stick, the nectar gatherer, whatever it's called, nectar collector.
The boundless one.
The one we were talking about last time. I was still waiting on it, but if you're saying something else is different now,
this fucking thing is absolutely incredible. The technology behind it is amazing. I'll try to explain it to you real quick. It's like a little magical wand that you touch onto glass, and it heats up your banger or your glass element that has either flour or dabs in it. And you get it to the temperature you want, and it's just absolutely amazing. It's the freshest.
So it'll work with dry herb too.
Like when you do vaporizers, throw them out the fucking window. Unless you're traveling, and you don't have a bong handy, because dude, just wait till you fucking see this thing.
Okay.
It's incredible. So yeah, Thursday on my YouTube channel, GoStoner, follow me everywhere. It's been real, guys. Thank you guys so much. It was lit. Hope you guys have a good one. Stay lit out there, motherfuckers. Peace.